Hi, my name's Sue Ellam, and I'm a professional tarot reader and have been for 25 years. I'm using the Mythic Tarot, which are based on Greek mythology.
And I'm Carrie Beleno, intuitive Reiki master teacher and spiritual life coach. And I have got the word for the day. Oh, they're all right. This one fell out. And this one I picked. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Okay. So I'm going to do the one that fell out because apparently someone needs to hear this one. And the word of the day is hoarding. Hoarding. Yay. Okay. So I have seen so many social media posts right now about clutter. And that goes hand in hand with hoarding. And people are feeling the energy around clutter. And it's social media posts, it's clients I'm seeing, like people are very bothered and affected by clutter right now, whereas they may not have been in the past. And the reason that is because clutter holds energy. Clutter is an energy, I don't use the word block, let's just say energy scatterer. So think of it this way. Think of it as a path from your bedroom to the front door. And there's a very straight line that you could take, a direct line to get to your front door. And that's an easy path. That is a way that you won't trip and fall and break your neck in the dark. It is energetically safe and sound. And when you put obstacles in that path, physical boxes, laundry, pets, furniture, and you clutter up that path to the door, you stumble, you trip, you bang your ankle, whatever, you hurt something, hurt yourself, and it stops the easy path. It detours you from the easy path from that room to the front door. So that's the way energy works. It has kind of a direct line, a direct path. All of it. From your soul to your heart, your gut, your messages, from person to person, from imagination and vision to fruition. All of those have energy lines. And when we hoard, whether we're hoarding physical things and mementos or food, or we're hoarding people, or hoarding money, hoarding ideas, not sharing them with the right people, all of that matters energetically. All of it matters with where we're moving forward. So that being said, it is time to clear the clutter. It is time to purge. It's time to throw away. It's time to detach. It's time to give away or sell or reallocate all of our resources, our relationships and stuff, because we're getting ready to rebuild. And I'm so excited because I'm doing a lot of videos on rebuilding and I feel the energy coming in rebuilding, and we have to be ready. So go declutter and be ready. Go team.
I've just been watching a few things it was on Netflix, about Maria Kondo, who's the
yes
thing, and it's amazing how much people actually do that they can't walk through their house.
Yeah. If it doesn't bring you joy, don't keep it around.
Somebody once said to me years ago, also, if you were given a gift by somebody that either you're not keen on or they've become an enemy, you need to get rid of that gift because it holds their energy.
Interesting.
Which was an interesting. Okay, hoarding. It's interesting. Okay. Hoarding. Here we have the Hermit, and I'm just trying to get a handle on where this comes from. Hoarding. It's about isolation. About it's a way of keeping people away from you. The energy of the hoarding and the clutter, it's another way of giving yourself a barrier towards other people. So it can keep you isolated. I mean, if it's physical clutter, who wants to invite people to your home when they can't actually sit on the sofa? And so you need to go on the inner level, kind of listen to what your inner voice is telling you about the things, why you're keeping them, why you feel you need to hoard these things. Is it an emotional attachment? Is there a way you can take a photograph of it and then give the object away? So things like this, but it can isolate you if you're not careful. If you do allow that to kind of take more hold. Here we've got the Emperor. Now the Emperor is about walking your talk and being very clear about what direction you're going to go in. So in order to flip from being a hoarder to not being a hoarder, it's like you need an intervention, but you need to do it yourself. Be very clear what direction you're going in. Why do you need these things? What's so important about these particular things? As we said earlier on, does it bring you joy? Or is it something you just feel you need to because your Auntie Martha gave it to you, 30 years ago, and it's run through the family, but you can't stand the sight of it. It's this kind of obligation. What obligation do you feel to keep some of the things? I mean, I think a lot of the hoarding, comes with emotion, comes with sentimental things. I mean, some people will do shopping because there's some kind of emotional emptiness. They haven't kind of found maybe a spiritual purpose or a purpose, and so they fill their life with stuff rather than. So the stuff, the things that are hoarded, really, again, going back to the Hermit, as a way of kind of filling a hole. Whereas if you can find a real purpose, if you can find a spiritual purpose or something that entails you being with more people, then you might not feel the need to hoard so much. There's a fear element as well. I mean, people kind of look at this massive toilet roll thing that happened a few months ago, because people have got this fear of not having enough. So you've always got more than you need. So there's all this kind of, it's really needing to, it's a deeper thing than just the physical objects. It's a real emotional, it's an emotional crutch in a way, a feeling of being safe because you've got all these things around you. But it's like if you've got, when you're a child, a lot of parents like to think their child is popular and they've got so many friends, but but you can be so surrounded by friends, you don't have a thought of your own because there's so many voices going on. So it's about being selective about the people that you have around you, selective about your thoughts, selective about the things you have in your home. And then, as Karen mentioned, it changes the energy. And then you can move forward with a clearer idea of where you're going. But it's a lot to do with getting in tune with yourself and thinking, why do I need this stuff? Why don't I want to share myself with other people? I think that comes into it. So you have stuff instead. Not in all cases. Sometimes people have a bit of both, but it does come from sometimes fear, sometimes just unhappiness, despair, depression. That also has an element when people feel the need to hoard. It's not the Seven of Wands. Now, Seven of Wands is about working hard, improving yourself, your project, and to move out of hoarding and moving out of clutter into a new path. It's going to take a lot of work. It's not easy to go through your things and decide what you're going to keep and what you're going to get rid of. And sometimes you'll do a kind of a part.
Small doses.
Yeah, absolutely. Bites, like, about eating an elephant, one bite at a time. It does. So try not to do all the stuff at the same time, just little bits at a time, but just be consistent. Just do one cupboard, and then there's a sense of achievement, and then you might be ready for the next cupboard. Things like that. Or the obvious things, if there's things around that you can see, go through those. It's just a general approach, but it does need being consistent and just keep going with keep working on it. Don't give up. But it does. But the emotional attachments, those are the things that really are the trigger here. And we have the Star. It's keeping hope and faith in the midst of difficulties, understanding that you can beat this. You can, and it's interesting, it's Pandora's boxes. So it's opening the box, letting all the stuff get out, but just looking at the things, the hope and faith, and all the other things, the nasties that came out of Pandora's box, just letting them go, and just keep your eye on the things that bring you joy, the things that spark joy, as Marie Kondo says. And so those are the things to keep. And Carrie mentioned also about thoughts. Let the thoughts that don't bring you joy go as well. Don't hoard them. Don't keep them in the recesses of your mind, because that's going to affect everything else.
You don't need to relive them over and over and over.
Absolutely, And as they say, you can travel fastest if you don't have a lot of stuff that you're holding on to. You don't have to pay so much for security either, just to make sure you keep it. So anyway, hope and faith, and you can get to it, but look at the emotions. I think that's what it is. Look at the emotions that are prompting you to hold on to stuff. So those are the cards.
We're so happy that you joined us. Please subscribe. I have a couple of different playlists on my YouTube channel. My Chaos to Calm is the one that I do separately. I have one that my brother and I share videos or ideas, and I may have a few more brewing. So please subscribe and share.
and saying that I have another playlist on mine as well, which is what do I need to know? And I've created 150 videos with just doing the cards, and it was based on the idea of like the automatic tarot readings. You kind of pick a card and you get a reading. So this is the idea. It's kind of just free. Just go through intuitively, pick a video, and you might get a message that helps.
Yep.
Yeah.
So anyway, we're here to do.
Absolutely. So anyway, thank you for joining us, and I'll see you again.
Bye for now.